What's up, trickers? Welcome back to another training video from the previous week. I started out this one on air track. I'm going to honestly have a pretty hard time actually recalling what I was trying in a lot of these clips because it's been a full week since I did them, but I'm repping out some quads, or at least trying to. I haven't really landed like a fully rotated quad on air track yet, so I'm still trying to do that, but obviously like the more I try, sometimes the less I get my flip around. But I feel like I'm starting to get better at committing and just holding onto the twist. So even though I'm not landing these, it definitely feels like progress, or at least a step in the right direction. So yeah, I'm still repping these out. I'm probably going to keep trying these each session just as like, not like a warm-up, but it's always nice to start on the air track and then move to the floor when I'm feeling a bit warmer. Did some full ins. That first one was pretty jank. The second one was better. Just good to do some maintenance on them. And then I chucked a DUB10. First try too, so I was pretty happy with that. Then we moved to the floor where Vinny so helpfully told us where the notification button was. So thank you, Vinny. Unfortunately, you're muted because I'm doing a voiceover. And this was Phil's suggestion. It was Euro or J-step Valdez switch to cork swipe GMS. So obviously some weird OC jargon that he came up with. I decided to hit it and I wasn't super happy with the way that looked. So I went back and did it again. Much happier with that. Honestly, it's very awkward. Obviously, super awkward setup. I feel like if I practiced, I could get pretty good at it, but I'm not going to. I'm going to move on to Master Scoot, apparently. And the Master Scoot was feeling fantastic, so I tried to rip a triple cork. And as you can see, it's honestly very close. I'm just clutching, failing to my knees. The Master Scoot felt so good this night, and that was a big reason why I couldn't land the Master Scoot triple cork a couple sessions ago, just because it felt off. But I was just underflipping every single attempt, so just had to keep repping it out. I did so many close attempts, but I knew that I could hit it, so I didn't give up, and I kept just trying to turn it over that little bit more. That one was a bit more flipped, but here you can see, as weird as it was, I did manage to land it, so I'm definitely taking that. Showing off the triple cork tattoo because I earned it, and we're going to get into some reverse step rorks. Now, these did not last long because pretty soon into practicing these, I like messed up my knee weirdly. Well, not fully, but you can see like these aren't really the best takeoffs. And then yeah, that one. So you can't even really tell, but like my knee did this weird thing and it scared me, so I just moved straight on. I wanted to do this aerial semi and Vigado 12 combo, and I actually managed to get it first try, but the kick on the 12 was a bit weak. Pretty happy with the combo overall, but I really should practice things like this a little bit more because sometimes I just one-shot it and move straight on, and I feel like that's why I don't have as much consistency in a lot of my tricks. But hit a little aerial front swing snapu and moved on to DUB10 because I have not hit this since I hit it in the sampler, and I actually managed to commit like first try. Obviously not fully up with my hands down, but it just kind of felt like it was going to be safe to pull, so I had to do it a few times to land it, but I did actually manage to land it, which is awesome because, yeah, second time I've done it on floor. Probably could do it each session if I really had to, so I'm going to keep trying to get better at them. And then Trunks and I hit this little cart trip line. He actually almost landed it, and that would have been his like fourth in his entire life. Also been practicing double B twists, trying to get them obviously more inverted, and I really wanted to hit this scoot dub hyper dub B. It's just one of the dubs I've wanted for a while, so obviously warming up with some standing dub Bs should help me with this. And it's just super awkward, but I almost got it there. And then yeah, bang, right there. Perfect connection, just managed to clutch it easily. I wanted to get a cleaner one, but it just wasn't happening really. So it's really hard to get like a good dub hyper when I'm focusing on doing the dub B. And then if I get a really good dub hyper, I just, yeah, like that, forget to do a double B twist. First time doing J-step in 1,000,000 years. I usually suck at it, and today I was feeling so powerful, and I almost ripped J-step triple, but as you can see, I did not manage to rip it. I'm just glad I got to give it a try, and that was too sketchy, so I moved on. Clearly did not want to be in the gym this day, and neither did my camera, so moved on to the next movement where I'm just doing my rehab session again. I do this, like I said, once a week, and it actually has been helping a lot with my spine. Got that bulging disc in my lumbar, and doing these movements once a week with, moderate intensity has really helped me because it's got some blood into the area. It's helping reduce inflammation, strengthening those weak areas that are causing me some pain as well. Yeah, definitely been helping out. Fast forward an entire workday, and I am at AC. This was a special request from Grace to do some circus flicks. Apologies, that was the best that I could do. After doing some tricks to warm up, I quickly realized that the fact that my foot was literally split open underneath was causing me some grief, so I wanted to try some c12 because that's not my plant foot. And I actually started to get the hang of it a little bit here, and then bang, just landed one. After watching Aaron's vlog where he was just like ripping 12 combos super easily, I noticed he does this thing where he like swings his roundhouse leg up before the cheat step, and it kind of sets him up into this perfect position. So I wanted to try it, and what do you know, it actually works. That was my biggest issue, was like every time I did a 12, I would go into the cheat step and my foot placement would just be so off that my body would end up off kilter. And that was like the best 12 Vanish 9 in the world probably, but I messed up the swing chain. But yeah, it really helped doing that weird round kick. It kind of just made my foot magically take off in the correct position, and I could just focus on doing the 12 and executing it. So yeah, pretty happy with that. Definitely going to be doing some more cheat 12s. And just one-shotted my second standing dub of my entire life, so I wanted to combo it to a 2-1-2. Well, not combo to a 2-1-2. I wanted to do standing 2-1-2. Probably could have done it standing to pop and then swing, but I just wanted to do it all pops and just clutched it. So moving on, back to the double B twist. Again, been training these, trying to get them better. Obviously, they're not inverted enough, but I am doing those ones standing. And a little back step into it actually helped get the inversion up a little bit. What I want is, I want it to be as easy as it looks for other people without sacrificing inversion. That was just proving, obviously, that I didn't know what I was doing, so I moved on. But yeah, that double B, I really want it, like I said, just like effortless, but not super cheated. And then I really wanted to do some front swing, back swing chain, and clearly my gainer semi was just not happening, but I did not want to give up until I actually did a gainer semi, so even though it went to nothing, I was just stopping there. Back to the gym, I always just try to get 1 or 2 clips while I'm lifting, because it is a really big part of my training week. I lift more than I trick each week, so want to include that. And then after my lifting session, I just made sure I did some tricking as well. Went outside in the good weather, did some kicks. Please excuse the kicks. Like I said, I don't know if I've explained this on here, but I've explained it to lots of people. I've got femoroacetabular impingement, meaning that there is extra bone on my femur and my pelvis. So where my leg bone meets my hips, there's actually too much bone on each bone, so they grind together. What this means is if my hips just don't open the way that other people's do, and it also can cause some pretty bad like pain in the area with connective tissue and like tendons and ligaments getting in the way and stuff. But I also really want to learn hurricane, so I was just practicing hurricanes here, trying to get the hang of it. The biggest problem for me is honestly just getting my leg high enough, and that's less of a hip issue, more of a strength issue. Like, it's just hard for me to hold my leg up like that. But I am starting to get the hang of the technique a little bit. But yeah, if you see me complaining about hook kicks, or just like sometimes you'll see the way that I do some tricks is just slightly awkward or weird, and that's probably because of my hips. I wanted to learn Windex, or at least trying to improve it. So not very good at shuriken cutter, but I think I understood the movement a little bit as the session went on. You can see some of these circles start to get a bit bigger. So I wanted to do this little themed Windex like shuriken cutter combo, like Windex to B twist shuriken cutter. I don't have the execution to really hit this the way that I want it to look, but I think it's a cool little 2-hitter, so I'm just leave it there. This is probably the best one I did. And then yeah, back to the gym on another day, the last rep of the set. So yeah, the form obviously going to failure, and I just got lost here, but I really wanted to do a full D-leg twist. I kind of hit it. The quality wasn't really there, but the lighting looks cool. Then I got a nosebleed after my squats, so tried to wait for that to finish before I got back to the weights. Did some lateral raises, and then to the next session on Sunday, where I am doing some more hurricane training. And here you can see the hip thing happen where my bones like kind of hit together and it stops me from keeping going. This is a pretty good example of what's going on there. But yeah, this is also a super cool gym. It's my friend James's. He's the absolute goat. But it's also a really small gym, so it creates some challenges, especially with like the walls being so close together. Definitely limits what you can do, but also I like limitation when training. It kind of forces you to be creative and make sure that your technique's on point as well. But yeah, you can see I'm trying to learn hurricane, trying to learn cheat 9 double. It's a good way to stay off my plant foot a little bit. Obviously, it's healed a bit more now, but just trying to be careful. And I'm not really getting better at the 9 dub, but the hurricane is getting a little bit better. You can see I'm a little bit too like off axis. I should be a bit more vertical, but on some of the attempts, I stay a little bit more vertical, and I was just trying to hit it to like a little snapper. I thought it was a cool 2-hitter. As I was watching the footage during this session, I could see that my leg wasn't high enough, and I was trying to pick it up. Sometimes I would get my leg high enough, but my arms wouldn't pull in for the twist, and then sometimes my leg would be super low, but I would commit to the twist. I did get like 1 or 2 that I wasn't happy with, but I wasn't too mad at. Superhero landing, yo. But yeah, I'll keep putting in the work. I think just like doing sessions like this where I drill it a lot, I'll come back another day and it will just be so much better. It's kind of what tricking is like. You just keep drilling stuff until it works, and then you take what you can get while you can get it. And then I also wanted to implement this mentality with double B twist that it's just a double A twist. I heard Levi say this and a couple other people as well, Jacoby I think, that if you just do a spin step double A twist, it's a perfect double B twist, and I think I kind of understand what they're getting at here. I tried a couple, obviously couldn't commit fully because the floor is pretty small and slippery, but yeah, I think I can definitely get that to work for me. Then I wanted to do a 102, so had to figure out how to not hit anything, but we managed to get it. And lastly, I wanted to do this swing chain, the 0002 aerial raise gainer switch double cork, but my aerial semi to raise is so like all over the place that I just couldn't safely execute it in this gym. Like there was some attempts that I definitely could have done had there been more floor space, but I just didn't have the control to commit in this gym. I kept running into the air track like that. So I still wanted to get it. I was pretty determined, so kept pushing, and I didn't think the reps could really hurt, just like getting some more aerial semi to raise reps in. But I don't know what my arms are doing there. But I'll come back another day. I'll hit this in the gym surely. I've done it before on like the AC floor. Did it to like cork D leg twist, I think, as well. But today wasn't the day, so moved on to some TDR stuff. TDR felt super wonky today, so I didn't do too much with it. I was also absolutely wrecked, so just did a couple dub variations again. The cork snapper didn't hit it first try, which is hilarious because that's like my favorite trick. I feel like I never mess it up. But just finished on this one, and that was my entire week of training. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.